How do you guys like my new glasses? Those are actually blue light glasses and not like, because I'm losing my vision. Yeah, I'm trying to, use more of those blue light glasses because I spend so much time on the computer and I think it's better for your eyes. And I kind of look good with it, right? Hey guys, this is Emeric from Emeric's Timelapse, and I'm really happy to be back here on YouTube after at least 4 or 5 weeks without uploading anything, but it's okay. I took some time for myself after going through a lot of tough times here, but it's okay. I'm back and I'm really excited with today's tutorial. I'm going to show you a brand new way to clean birds, planes, and helicopters on the time-lapse that is almost enjoyable. Yes, I am not even kidding. And it's a new technique I learned through Matt Joes, actually, Matthew, who is a time-lapse photographer based in London at the moment, and he shared a video back in January on how to do this technique, and I just saw it like last week, so it's it's something I definitely missed. But wow, I am actually amazed by how much you can actually clean in like 10 or 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm on After Effects here. I have a time-lapse of downtown LA with some beautiful clouds. And as you can see, you probably cannot see it so much here, but there's plenty of planes and birds. I think towards the end it's pretty bad. So I could do the technique I usually do, which was, duplicating the clip. I already actually stabilized it. Let's do that first. Okay, you can, duplicate the clip, and then when you see a bird, so you keep one frame after, and then you just put it on top. You can keep one layer, as a reference, and then now what you just go is like go get a bird or something you need to remove. All right, look at this. Here we have tons of birds. I guess so. Yeah, I used to just go and then move this, and then every time there was like a new frame, I need to create a new mask, a new layer, up. So it works, but it's time consuming to do everything. So what if I tell you that there's an almost enjoyable way of doing it? It's pretty much like painting off the birds. So how do you do this? First of all, click on this tool right here, the clone stem tool. Okay, only once, and you can see it's opening the paint window right there. So if you don't see the paint window, just go in window and then just paint right there. And then just use the settings. Here for duration, we want single frame, okay? And that's pretty much it, I think. And then source time shift. Basically, you're gonna play with +1 or -1. +1 is gonna use a frame after, and -1 a frame before. But we're gonna start with -1 and then single frame for the duration, okay. And then I'm going to double click on my layer here, which is opening my layer window instead of the composition. You're going to work on the layer window. And then, just zoom on the birds. You can have it full screen if needed to kind of see more of the birds. So see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 birds. So yeah, make sure you select the clone stem tool. You can actually click on there here, and you can select the size of your brush. If you want a big brush. I think I used to work with 27. It was really good for the time lapse. And then look at this. Just paint on top of it. Up, it's gone. Another one, it's gone. It's gone. If you want just one tiny dot, just click on it. Puff, puff. Another one here. Up, another one here, and another one here. And then go to the next frame, command right arrow, and then you have the same bird usually. Up, and then you do it again. Just brush it away. How cool, how crazy is this? It's almost fun, because it's almost like painting, Up, I think we're pretty good. We have one right there. Look at this big one here. Look at, oh my God, they look so ugly. So I don't go crazy. I mean, I do go crazy pretty much with birds and planes, but for example, on this specific time lapse, you can see planes on pretty much 30 frames in the background, like they are, oh wow. So they, showing up from the left, going all the way to LX on the right. So they're really small, and you can see them on several frames. So I usually leave them. The birds kind of, fly recklessly in a way. It's not going on a straight line, but the planes are. So if I see a plane that is kind of small, on more than 10 frame, usually I just leave it because it's not distracting. But those birds, I think all the birds most of the time are distracting. Helicopters as well, because they don't look really, you know, flat like a plane. See how fast it is? And that's a time lapse I actually finished. So I'm going to show you the before. Okay, that's the before with all the birds. And that's the after. And I can show you directly on After Effects right there. I actually removed 499 birds and planes and helicopters. I removed a few planes, but it's mostly birds. And see, wow. So if it gives you something weird with a frame before, just switch this to 1 and it's going to use a frame after, and usually it works. One time I had to use 2 frames after and it works. So yeah, just 1 frame usually is fine. Yeah, so see 500 frames. If you have a big element like a big person, I would not recommend brushing it. I would definitely recommend to just duplicate your layer and then do the masking technique. It works better than brushing something that is too big. So yeah, let's see like this van. If I want to remove this van is not too big, but if you have like bigger elements, definitely use like the masking technique like I'm showing you right here, which you probably know if you've watched my classes. And then, you know, pen tool with G and then just creates a mask around, and then bam, see, that works. So this van was pretty small, but if you have big elements, I figured that it's better if you use the masking instead of the brushing. But for all the birds, most of the helicopters and planes, this paintbrush technique is amazing. So thank you so much, Majos, for you know, sharing this with us. His video actually linked in the description below along with his YouTube channel. Go follow Majos and Matthew. I love his work. For years he has been like a big inspiration, and he's the reason pretty much why I kept doing time lapses back in 2015, 2016. He was one of the only one doing like time lapse full time, or actually big part of his work was time lapse photography. And yes, so you know, go follow him on YouTube. He deserves it. So thank you so much for following this video, guys. I'm really happy to be back. This was a email. All right, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, check my online classes, and I will see you next Friday, maybe. No, probably. No, I see you next Friday.